Thank you to Skillshare for supporting this episode of Animal Wonders. The first 1,000 people who click the link in the description can get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. Hello and welcome back to Animal Wonders. I'm Jessie and this is Gwendolyn, the 28-year-old turkey vulture. Gwen is fairly new here and we've been enjoying getting to know her unique personality, and I'm excited to be able to introduce her to you. Gwen is originally from Casper, Wyoming, where she was rescued and taken into human care after an accident that left her unable to fly. We don't know what happened exactly, but she has multiple fractures in her wings, and the injuries made it impossible for her to survive on her own in the wild. So in 1994, she became an ambassador for her species when she was transferred to an educational animal facility in Texas. She spent 2.5 decades teaching and inspiring multiple generations before coming to live at Animal Wonders. Gwen found her way here when the animal facility in Texas that was her home for most of her life was hit hard financially by the closures due to the pandemic. The facility had a large number of animals and they provided programs for a large population. When everything changed so abruptly, they didn't have the financial means to continue caring for all of the animals. So they reached out to other animal facilities for help relocating their animals, and we were able to answer the call for Gwendolyn. All right, Gwen, would you like to sit on this stump here? You can do it. Go ahead. Good girl, there you go, nicely done. We wanted to make Gwen's transition as easy as possible, but coming from Texas to Montana in the winter was going to be a big change of temperature. So we went to work making sure she had plenty of options to stay warm. Turkey vultures are native to our area in Montana, but they migrate south during the winter months, and they often don't have the necessary adaptations to keep themselves warm on their own. The most vulnerable areas are the top of their head and their feet, since they don't have feathers on either. So to keep Gwen as comfortable as possible, we installed heat lamps that would keep her head warm and several heated perch to keep her feet warm. We also built her a warm den box that has a heat pad on the bottom and a heat panel. Each night we moved her into her warm den box to make sure she would stay cozy as the temperature dropped below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Each morning when we greeted her, she was eager to come out of her den box and eat her breakfast. It was all new experiences for her in the beginning, but after a couple of months, it became an easy routine and she settled in. As we've been getting to know Gwen, she's been getting to know us. At first, she didn't trust us and would become defensive whenever we came near. And by defensive, I mean she would run at us and bite our legs. It's not fun to be on the receiving end of an upset turkey vulture, but we had a solution. We simply wore tall boots so she couldn't hurt us with her pinchy little beak, and continue to interact with her and gain her trust. We're still in the beginning stages of trust building, but she's accepting us more and more, and I'm happy that she's comfortable enough with me to calmly perch on my hand or sit next to me and sunbathe. Perching on my hand is something very familiar to her since she's been an ambassador giving presentations for over 26 years. Some of Gwen's favorite things to do are eat and sunbathe. I love getting her outside so that she can sunbathe just like this, but inside her enclosure, it's a little more complicated. In order for her to access her sunlight that comes through the south-facing window in her enclosure, she needs to be able to get up about 3 feet. But she's really not great at balancing or moving from perch to perch. So we built her a ramp that she can climb up. She really does like being up high, which is why we put one of the heated perches on top of her den box, as well as a heat lamp above. But she's been jumping off of the top of the den box. So the next thing on our to-do list is to put up a few bars that keep her safe and prevent her from jumping off, but also allow lots of sunlight to come through. That way she can perch up high, spread her wings, and soak up that sunshine anytime she wants. And I won't have to worry about her being overly confident, jumping off that den box and hurting herself. Now, when you think of what turkey vultures eat in the wild, you wouldn't expect Gwen to be that picky with her food. Well, we've offered her a wide variety of foods, and she's one of the pickiest birds that I've ever met. For example, we received a donation of venison for the animals, and Gwen ate this meal a handful of times and then flat out refused to eat it ever again. So we gave her portion to the ravens, who were perfectly content with it. Gwen's preferred food is rats or mice, and she is a very happy vulture when that's the first thing she sees each morning. Now, Gwen has entered into a brand new behavioral phase that I'm calling Bitey Gwen. It's not fun to get a bite from a turkey vulture, but when we take in new animals, there's usually a settling in time. For some animals, that's a few weeks, and for others, it might take a few years. Gwen and I are still building our relationship, and we haven't quite established a strong trust bond yet, meaning she doesn't trust me fully yet, and I don't trust her not to bite me. Vultures are smart and social animals, so she's tuned into my reactions to her actions. Gwen is testing her new human caretakers, and we're up for the challenge of redirecting and reinforcing her when she doesn't bite. Ignoring unwanted behavior, like biting, and rewarding wanted behavior, like sitting calmly on a perch, is how we'll get through this bitey Gwen phase. Getting to know Gwen has been a fun experience. I'm really glad we were able to offer this gal a home, and I'm excited to be able to share her story with future audiences. Vultures are incredibly interesting animals, and I'm looking forward to sharing all of those interesting facts as well. If you'd like to give Gwendolyn a nice warm welcome, she would absolutely appreciate more of her favorite foods. I've put a link in the description to our donation page, and you can include a message letting us know you'd like your donation to go to Gwen. With it being so cold, I was worried about Gwen's bald head, and I even thought about maybe having her wear a hat, but I don't think that she would appreciate that. But I do know that I would appreciate it, especially a homemade one. If you've ever thought about making your own hat, you should check out this class on Skillshare. Kara Polichnia's class shows you the basics of crocheting. She walks you through a few different techniques and how to both read and customize a pattern. This is a really fun class, and when it's done, you'll have something to keep you or a friend warm. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers membership with meaning. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. And it makes it easy with short classes that will fit into your daily routine. A premium membership will give you unlimited access, so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you. And an annual subscription to Skillshare is less than $10 a month. And if you're one of the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description, you can get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to continue going on animal adventures with us every week, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.